So you heard the phrase monkeying around and want to take it way too literally. Well, too bad, because gorillas are apes, not monkeys. How yin's doing? I'm Ian, and welcome to my Streets of Rogue character guide to the gorilla. The gorilla is one of the easiest characters to unlock, since all you have to do is free one from a scientist's lab. Something you'll be doing a lot with this character, but we'll get more into that once we cover your big quest. For now, let's cover his description. It reads, "This beast was raised in a science lab and given experimental drugs that made them hyper-intelligent, lacks the ability to speak English, and smells like your Uncle Denny's used toilet brush. But they're super fast and ridiculously strong. Hates scientists with a burning passion, a sentiment that goes both ways." Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this character, shall we? Your special ability is called Primal Lunge, which makes it so you can charge up a melee attack for massive damage. This ability can be used with any melee weapon to destroy certain windows and make glass cutters obsolete. However, you'll more often than not use this on large groups of foes for massive damage and some of the most satisfying multi-kills this game has to offer. I advise grabbing the backstab trait if you can, since combined with your special ability, you can pretty much one-shot everything, especially with your maxed out stats in everything. Well, except firearms, which is set to 1, but you also have the stubby fingers trait, meaning you can't use a gun in the first place, so that's really not that big a deal. You can remove it at an augmentation booth, but I'd recommend getting rid of Vocally Challenged or Malodorus if you intend to talk to non-gorillas in any major capacity more so. Although Vocally Challenged can be circumnavigated by simply having a translator in your inventory. Your last negative trait, according to the game, is Scientist Slayer. It makes scientists hostile to you and grants you bonus XP for killing them. Whilst the game labels this as a negative trait, it's actually positive for you, since you'll end up having to fight a large number of scientists anyway in order to complete your big quest. But if you're concerned about fighting them, don't worry. First of all, you have the team building expert trait, meaning you can produce 3 meat shields instead of the default 1 at a cloning booth. Secondly, your tank light trait means you don't have to worry about shotguns or other firearms blasting you into traps or traffic. And most importantly, your banana lover trait means you heal more from bananas. You'll even start with 2 of them in your inventory, meaning you can buy more at load automatics, and I advise cloning them in bulk at cloning booths to maximize their healing potential. And given how clone booths tend to spawn in the same buildings as the scientists that hold your gorilla companions hostage, you shouldn't have any trouble finding these cloning booths. But less on the booths and more about the gorillas you'll need to be rescuing, shall we? Let's cover that big quest now, my friends. Your big quest is called Hairy Justice. Aside from being an accurate description of my mother's worst nightmares, it's also what you'll be dishing out to the scientists that hold your friends hostage. All you have to do is rescue the imprisoned gorillas on every floor. Remember, your Primal Lunge can destroy windows and turn them into open holes that your kin can walk through safely, so long as you have any melee weapon that isn't your bare fists. And remember, the real treasure isn't the experience points we gain from doing this mission, but the friends we make along the way. No, really, once you've rescued a gorilla, they'll join your party if there's room, and follow you between the various floors. However, if their cell lacks a window to smash to bits, and you'd prefer to not fight the security in that building to conserve health and bananas, you could try acquiring the Wall-Wallover trait or finding explosives to deal with the walls. However, that does require a bit of luck, so a more reliable method in my personal experience is to use a sledgehammer in your Primal Lunge, since the 2 in combination can destroy almost any wall in the game. Just remember to restock on bananas often. After all, with melee weapons so common from fallen foes, buying bananas from loadout-o-matics and cloning booths are one of the few worthwhile investments of your money as you progress through the floors. All in all, I give the gorilla a melee enthusiast out of 10. If you want to use melee for everything, the gorilla is the best character in the game. However, if you desire to resolve missions in ways that don't involve liquefying people with a sledgehammer, you're going to want to look towards different characters. I've been Ian, and this is my Streets of Rogue character guide to the gorilla. And stay tuned, the cop is coming up next.